How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Zandario, and I'm going to be running through the UFC 314 card and possibly giving prize picks as well. So, for the first fight, we got Nora Cornholy versus Haley Cowan, or whatever, however you want to say it. I believe in this fight that Nora has got it, most likely by... They both lost their last fight. Let's see. This girl actually gets finishes. She's got like a pretty balanced record, but she gets a lot of average fight time is 15 minutes. Average fight time is 12 minutes. I'm gonna have to go with, I would go with her. And honestly, for the prize picks, I would just put her at let's do let's say Nora by decision on this first fight here. I would be leaning towards Nora. Let's go up the fight prelims card here. Actually, if I click it like this, and it should just auto fix up for me. Whatever. We're just gonna keep going. We got Trayson Gore versus Marco Tulio. We got a 6-2 versus a 13-1. This dude's got more experience. He might have been just crushing cans and stuff like that, but he's been in there and he's seen more. So I'm going with Marco Tulio. Let's just keep it moving. We got Samu. I do not know this dude's name. I'm not even going to act like I know. Versus Mitch Raposo. Samu. I got Samu winning this fight. He's got more experience. Yes, he's got 7 losses, and this dude's only got 2, but I just think that adds to more experience and stuff, especially if this dude is still younger and stuff like that. He's just going to add another loss on this dude's record here because he's seen more. You know, he's been in there and he's still doing it. Let's move on. We got, for the main fight on the Fight Pass cards, we got Cedricus Dumas versus Michel Oleksiejczuk. I'm going with my guy, Michel. Man, I've just seen him fight more. I don't really know Dumas. He's 10-2, nice record. He's getting knocked out in this fight. He's gonna get stopped by TKO. He's gonna get stopped by TKO in this fight. Yeah, he's getting beat up. Dumas, I wish you the best. Bro, I hope you go in there and prove me wrong and shit, my brother. But I've been seeing this other dude longer. And yes, he's 19-9, but just like the last fight, man, he's got more experience. And he's just gonna go in there and put it on you. He's gonna go in there and put it on Dumas. And yeah, man, you're gonna get better from this. Don't worry about it. Alright, we move on to the ESPN prelims. And the first fight here is Darren Elkins versus Julian Erosa. Man, both of their freaking records are just, my gosh. They done been there, done that, and seen it all. And they both won their last fight. This is a featherweight bout, but we got freaking Julian Erosa standing at 6'1" in featherweight division. Man, this is kind of a tough one, but man, one is the damage and one is Mr. Take Damage. For real. I'm not even gonna lie to you on that one. Every time I see Julian Erosa, man, he's just he wins fights. He's 30-12. This dude is getting beat up on with his freaking hands down across the cage. Sometimes he finds a win, sometimes he gets knocked out. But I'm going to say that Julian Erosa actually gets it done in this fight, and he gets a dub over Darren Elkins. Ooh-wee! We got Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper is going to be one of them Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway type guys. Everybody's going to love him. Everybody not going to be able to, we've watched this dude grow up in the octagon. Chase Hooper's going to win. Jim Miller's on his way out. I love Jim fucking Miller. Dude, you're a beast, bro. I've freaking been watching you since I started watching, and that was in 2010. Man, I love you, dude. But it's time to pass the torch. Pass it on to Chase Hooper. Let's keep on moving. We got Yan Xiaonan versus Verna Janjidova. We don't even really got to talk about this one too much. Let's see here. We got, actually, this girl's got some freaking experience. Yan Xiaonan can very much win this fight. But I'm going to tell you something. I've seen a lot of Verna Janjidova fights. I have not seen a lot of Yan Xiaonan fights. I'm going for Verna. Let's keep moving. Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson, our main event for the ESPN fight card prelims. Dang, dude. I want Dan Ige to win this fight so bad, bro. I like Dan Ige, man. I really like Dan Ige. He's a freaking dope fighter, bro. He's 18-9, but he's a dope fighter, bro. But, how tall is freaking Dan Ige, bro? 5'7" versus a 6'2"? Come on, bro. Is he even going to be able to get inside that? Alright, let me tell you. This is my first, real YouTube video. Dan Ige, you're probably not going to see this, but leg kick the fuck out of this dude, bro. Leg kick his legs off, bro. Dude's got a freaking head and a torso. Everything else is sticks on him. Just, bro, kick his shins, kick his freaking forearms, wear that motherfucker down, bro. Get inside and land your big shot, bro. Or take him to the ground early for about a round and a half and tire him out and then beat up on him. I got the same to say to somebody up the card a little bit. But Dan Ige, dude, you can win this fight. I want you to win this fight, Dan Ige. But I think Sean Woodson got it, bro. I think he's going to freaking snipe something on 314 Fight Night. Main event on the ESPN card. We might see a sniper snipe something. But we move on to the pay-per-view. The first fight on the pay-per-view, 314. It's going to be Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes has only lost 4 times, but I swear that he's been knocked out 4 times. I think I've seen this dude get knocked out a couple times. But he has come back, and he has been... Actually, let me look. I don't know. I actually don't know. Let me view his fight history. He's won 2. He's won 2. His So he lost the decision, and then he got knocked out 3 times. And then he won 2 via knockout. I think Dominic Reyes is due for one more good one at the top of this one here. Nikita Krylov. This man's been around for like a minute. Nikita Krylov. He has been... I remember I was really high on him like a couple years back. Like I feel like it's been about 5 years now. But yeah, Nikita, I remember rooting for you, and then you got beat up pretty bad. Dominic Reyes, I've never really rooted for that guy. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't a big fan for a little bit. I was actually not fazed by the robbery whenever John Jones won over Dominic Reyes. But I think it's time for my boy to have a little resurgence, man. And I think it's time for him to get a nice little KO, TKO in round... Yeah, I'm going to say round 1 or 2 over Nikita Krylov. And we go up. Ooh-wee! We got some big stuff to talk about here. One of the fight nerds, Gene Silva. 15-2 from Brazil. My guy, back in the 145 division after he just got a freaking dope-looking knockout over... I actually can't remember the last dudes he's fought. I can't remember the guy's name. Let me check here. Bagassarian. He got a nice little knockout over him. That combination was beautiful. The hook to the straight punch, step over him, and then he freaking walked off with some sauce. That was nice. That was real nice. My boy, ooh-wee, Bryce Mitchell. Dude, you've been going through some shit in the media lately, dude. But let me tell you something. And this might be against popular opinion. And damn, I hope I don't upset no other people. Because, yeah, man, I've been watching Bryce Mitchell since he freaking was in The Ultimate Fighter. And early in the season of The Ultimate Fighter, I was rooting for Bryce Mitchell to win the whole thing. Because I thought the dude was funny and that he could get in there and still fight good. And actually in this fight, alright, man, honestly, do I have to pick every single fight? This is my first YouTube video. Of course I do. Bryce Mitchell, bro. Bryce Mitchell is going to beat John Silva, give him 15-3, and then John Silva will go on to be a champion afterwards. Bryce Mitchell, he might say some crazy stuff outside of the cage, but that boy can fight, man. He actually was in there with Ilya for a little bit before he got taken down and beat up on and stuff. But he was doing good against him on the feet. Bryce Mitchell, he got knocked out by Josh Emmett and everything like that. But am I wrong? Did he not come back and avenge that? Yeah. He came back and he beat Mr. Gracie here. And then he went off to start saying some crazy stuff. Oh, wow. I didn't know he beat Dan Ige. What? And then he lost to Ilya. So I missed this Dan Ige fight. And I might actually have to go back and watch this Chrome Gracie fight. He got slept bad right here, but he came back nice. So he's had some time from that knockout loss. I think his freaking face is going to be all right. I think he can go in there. Gene Silva can crack him and put him to sleep. sleep him, and I'm sure a whole lot of people want to see that. I would not mind seeing Gene Silva get a win over Bryce Mitchell, but I think Bryce Mitchell is going to be able to get it done, man. I think he's going to be able to use the kicks, frustrate Gene Silva from range a little bit, and once Gene Silva closes the distance in a either what is it? I don't want to say ill-fated, but if he closes the distance in a chaotic way, I believe Bryce Mitchell will be able to get it down to the ground and get around to his back and choke him out. Gene Silva is a real good fighter, man. Bryce Mitchell, I liked Bryce Mitchell before he started saying all this stuff, and then I had to start watching the MMA Guru and the Jackson podcast and all this other stuff that he was on for him to kind of clean some of that stuff he was saying up. Cause dang, Bryce Mitchell, bro, I was pissed off at you for a little bit, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I was like, I can't wait till Gene Silva knocks this motherfucker out. But you know, I'm not one of the casuals and stuff, man. I pay attention to MMA news. Your face freaking popped up on my YouTube again. And I said, fuck it, man. Let me see what kind of crazy stuff this fool is talking about again. And you kind of cleared some stuff up. You know, you kind of backpedaled on a couple of crazy ass things that you said about the Hitman. If you put Hitman and Diddler together, what do you get? If y'all figure that out, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm going to say Bryce Mitchell gets the dub on this one, and then we're going to keep moving. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. Yair Rodriguez is going to knock him out for first 2 rounds. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. Michael Chandler, you absolutely suck. Dude, I'm tired of watching you, bro. I'm tired of seeing Michael Chandler fight in the UFC, dude. Please give him somebody that's, finally. He finally got somebody that's not in the top 10. I think you need to fight outside of the top 15, dude. You're trash. You go hard in the first round, and then once you can't knock him out in the first round, you fucking lose. Dude, you suck. Paddy Pimblett, I think people honestly forgot about this. Paddy Pimblett, we need you to beat Michael Chandler, bro. Because somebody just came up from the featherweight division. They relinquished their belt. They're trying to get a title opportunity fight, a title shot against Islam or Charles Oliveira. But what they're forgetting is you and Mr. Ilia Topuria have beef. And the UFC don't know how much money they missing out on if they set that fight up. If you can beat Michael Chandler and they set you up versus Ilia for I don't give a damn, bro. I don't care. A title eliminator fight or just like a good hyped fight. I know the venom that y'all gonna be spitting at each other in the build up to that fight is gonna be fucking crazy. Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria. The freaking build up is gonna be insane. I don't know how the fans and how the UFC brass kind of forgot about this, but I guess like since Ilia was a champion, then he relinquished his belt and then he came up, that they were like, all right, yeah, we got to, title implications. We got to get him right there. I need you to beat Michael Chandler, and I need you to beat him bad. I need you to dog walk this motherfucker. So everybody says, you know what would be a fun fight? Ilia Topuria versus Paddy the motherfucking Baddy. I want to see y'all in there. I want to see the build up to that fight. I do care about this fight because I care about Paddy Pimblett beating the shit out of Michael Chandler. And whenever that happens, then we get some real coup d'éclat. Let's move on. We got the main event. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. I really love both of these fighters. I really like one of these fighters, but I've grown to love another one of these fighters, man. Diego Lopez, the only reason I'm not picking you... No. I can't even say that, because I can't disrespect Volkanovski like that. Diego Lopez, Volk, I was torn on this decision. I did not know who the hell to pick in this fight, man. Yes, Volk got slept 2 fights in a row, but he's taking some time off. Diego Lopez got all the motherfucking aura right now. But Volkanovski, the great, was once one of the great champions of the UFC, man. He was one of the last great champions that we've had. Actually, Islam is kind of doing his damn thing right now. But before Islam, we were looking at my boy Alexander Volkanovski. And I think if he can go in there and his head is all good, like he can take a shot, I think he is going to be able to outlast Diego Lopez and get this victory and get his belt back. Now with that being said, Volk, I just want to be real with you, man. I don't know how long you're going to hold the belt after that. Because Evloev, people, yes, Evloev on the surface might look like a boring fighter and all this stuff. But if you watch that dude technically, he's fucking good. He's real good, man. He got the techniques to get Volk off that title. Diego Lopez, he gave Evloev a nice little scare and everything like that. And I'm sure Diego Lopez has gotten better from that last fight. But you think Evloev is just sitting in a corner somewhere or something like that, not getting better too? I'm asking y'all, the fans, like the people watching this video, y'all think Evloev is just sitting in the corner not getting better? My boy is grinding. Yeah, he a boring fighter. That nigga good. Evloev is good, bro. Volk, I don't know, man. I don't know how long you're going to be able to hold the belt if you can win it from Diego Lopez. Now, if Diego Lopez wins this belt and gets even more momentum off of beating Volkanovski, I think he really going to give it to Evloev. That's going to be a close fight. I'm not saying, oh, man, yeah, Diego Lopez can beat Evloev, but Volkanovski can't. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying he already fought Evloev. And then if he gets any more momentum from what he's got now, and then he goes in there fighting Evloev, thinking, dang, I really gave it to him in that first fight, and now I'm the champ. He's coming up challenging me? Come on, bro. Diego Lopez's confidence and everything is going to be through the roof on that. I think he's going to be able to make something shake in that fight. But this is a tough one. So I bet my homie Steven. My homie Steven is real high on Diego Lopez. I'm real high on Diego Lopez as well. But my homie Steven is picking Diego Lopez. He said that he got $5 on the table whenever we go watch our little fight night and stuff. Or not fight night. The pay-per-view. 314. The big one. The actual good card that happened. You know, dang, I feel like it's been a month or two since we had like a fire card. Everyone on this pay-per-view main event is something that I'm actually kind of looking forward to. Maybe not that first one, but I do want to see what Dominic Reyes can do, and I kind of want to see what Nikita Krylov is going to be up to after all this time off and stuff. But everything else after that, the hype is up there. I would give the pay-per-view a good 8 out of 10. Good 8 out of 10. Let me look through it again. Fire. Fire. But fire. Okay. Fire. Fire. And then, yeah. So, if I deduct 0.5 from this, I would have to give UFC 314 pay-per-view an 8.5 out of 10. It's going to be about an 8.5 out of 10. The performances is TBD. I'll let y'all know after my fight reaction and everything. For the ending of this, I probably yapped on too long. I hope some people stayed and actually kind of listened to my opinions and stuff about the fight. And if you did, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I'm going to have to go with Volk. I got to go with Volk. And I say that he's going to win by decision and get his belt back. He going to fight. He going to scrape out a win over Evloev. Split decision. And then that next fight after that, man. You know what? Volk, do this, bro. Bro, please. If you beat Diego Lopez, go fight Evloev. Defend that. I'm talking about, bro, go to war. Put everything you got into that Evloev fight, bro. Try to knock him out in the first round and then camp it. If you don't get him in the first round, camp it, bro, all the way to the 5th. And then try to freaking go for it, bro. I'm talking about warrior mode. Put your heart and soul in it, bro. Your life on the line. Freaking win that fight and then retire, bro. Walk off into the sunset so you can be one of the greats. Like, for real. Don't fight for too long and all this bullshit and freaking go get knocked out 3 more times trying to chase one extra win and all that dumb stuff, bro. We love you, bro. I don't want to see you getting hurt no more. You got plenty of avenues outside of fighting, bro. You got plenty of avenues outside of fighting. Get this one, get you one more, and lay that belt in them gloves in the middle of the octagon. Those are my picks, and those are my opinions for this fight card, UFC 314. I'm sorry if I yap too much. If you like the content, you can follow me on YouTube, and then I got my TikTok, Zandario. I'm going to have to make other social medias and things like that once I figure out the reception from this. I do not want this to be my last YouTube video. I want this to be my first YouTube video. I want this to be me going up. Like, yes, I have other things posted on I'm yapping. Bye, y'all.